Hey guys, Fight Mike here, back with another video. Today we're going to be going through the best boxers on the current UFC roster, in my opinion. It's based on how effective their boxing is for MMA, not how they would stack up against real boxers. But let's jump straight into it. We've got number 5, Bobby Green, or King Green. Now, hear me out. I know he's gotten KO'd more times this year than we've had events, or well, not this year, but in general. But he's got really fast hands, head movement for days, laser striking. I'm so sorry, I'm joking. That's not actually true. Shawn Strickland, number 5. Some people might actually think Bobby's a better pick than Shawn with how this fan base switched up on him after his last fight. But I seriously had to include him. Just because DDP dismantled him does not mean that he shouldn't be included in the best boxers. He absolutely is. He basically got to a title with just boxing and a front kick, which seriously is ridiculous. Not even James Toney could do it all right with his boxing. Like, just to be able to do what Shawn Strickland does is incredible. So his boxing has to be on the top 5 list. His boxing defense is probably next to none. Everyone's heard that stat where he got hit. He does the most sparring but gets hit the least, which is incredible. And he probably has the best jab currently in MMA. It's literally like a laser. If you remember that first DDP fight, the first 2 rounds and then round 5, he was just getting lit up with that jab. It was almost like his jab couldn't miss. The reason why, though, I haven't got him any higher is that he does very little body work and he does lack the power to hurt people. So, moving on though, we've got number 4, Peter Yan. I know some of you are going to be like, come on man, Sean O'Malley's better than Yan, and he beat him, remember? And he beat him in the striking. But I think O'Malley's a better kickboxer than Yan, but straight boxing techniques and boxing defense, I think Peter Yan is probably a bit better. Yan has hard shots, and unlike Strickland, he's got good hooks, and I swear his uppercut seems racist, and it seems like it's got some deep hatred within. Like, it doesn't seem like it's just some normal uppercut. Like, he looks like he wants to kill you with that. The other thing about Peter is that he's got really good boxing IQ. It's probably one of the best on the list. I mean, if you see him fight, he builds into the fight a lot, and he starts making a lot better reads and timing you with his boxing. His catch and shoot shots are probably next to none in the UFC. And he also has some really good step-through combinations and footwork within his combinations whilst he's striking. His high guard's beautiful, and he's also a volume guy, but he holds some power as well. Moving on though, we got number 3, Dustin the Diamond Poirier. He has beautiful boxing. His punches, all of his punches have always been amazing. He's never had a weak spot within his punching. His head movement's really good, and it's really subtle as well, which does help him. And his blocking in the high guard is really a treat to watch. When Dustin fights people who mainly punch, especially like a Michael Chandler or like a Max Holloway, people who punch in long combinations, or people who even just punch a lot, and punch sort of in barrages, he's really good at defending their shots, not getting caught too cleanly, but then catching you directly in the middle of it. His instincts when he's under fire are really next to none. Like, if you remember in the Michael Chandler fight, Michael was just repeatedly spamming right hands, just absolutely, he was trying to beat the shit out of Poirier against the fence. But then Poirier just uncorks this right hand it was a right hook of doom that he just moved Chandler beautifully into. The other thing I really like about Poirier is that he's got one-shot KO power, but he also does have that volume thing, and he does win a lot of rounds. So it's not just like he's preying on his power just to sleep you. He's winning these rounds along the way as well. And he's also part of the small group that utilize a long combination. Oftentimes it's not used in MMA just because the threat of the takedown. If they notice that you're punching more than 3-4 times, they'll just duck under and shoot. But he gets to utilize that, especially his body work, pretty well. His striking awareness is amazing, his accuracy and his discipline in doing the correct things is next to none. That's why I've got him in the number 3 spot. But number 2, we have the king, Jack Dela Matalena. I know people are going to be like, oh man, you're doing some recency bias here. I get it. It could be some recency bias. I don't think so though. If you watch him box, it is sort of like the new age of boxing in MMA. I think he's probably got the best body punching in MMA as well. and he strings together nice long combinations, and he usually lands a lot of those shots, which isn't common at all, and that's just because he brings his feet really nicely with him. The other thing about JDM is he's not especially fast, but his timing and accuracy is really good. Like, he's not, you don't look at him and see like some Cody Garbrandt like speed, but then you see a lot of his shots hitting. Like, I remember watching the Gilbert Burns fight, it was like his jab just wouldn't miss. And it's just like a lot of his shots versing Belal, they just almost all of them are hitting. It just feels like he's super accurate and his timing is really good. He also never watches his work, so a lot of guys, when they hit someone, they'll like stay within range and see the damage that they've done. I don't know if I've seen JDM do that across all like 8 or 9 UFC fights. He always, as well, like he never watches his work. He always changes his angles when he's coming out, and he sometimes enters back in, which I find a treat to watch. And his pull counters and slip and rips are literally next to none in the UFC. He changes his angles a lot. And when he punches, he also has that thud. I remember watching the Gilbert Burns fight and seeing in the first round when he started landing his jab, landing some body shots, and you'd hear the thump on his shots. You'd see Gilbert Burns sort of like straight away, like wide-eyed, just like, what did I just get smacked with? They know, anyone who gets hit with JDM, they know that they can't take many of those shots. Defensively as well, he's really responsible. He's got very nice head movement. He doesn't get hit like... He gets hit a little bit, but he doesn't really get hit off balance almost at all. Like, I've watched him get hit cleanly. Like, he got hit with a hard elbow. I think it was against Gilbert Burns, but he wasn't off balance. He got hit hard a few times against Belal. Again, not off balance. Like, he does really understand his striking. And I could almost see in a couple of years him being able to slot into that number 1 spot. But at the moment, this will be taken up by the one and only Ilia Taporia. I think I would have liked to put JDM at number 1, but I think that Ilia's power kind of takes the cake for him. He has really crisp striking, and I also think he leverages his body to get the explosive power better than anyone in MMA, ever. If you watch the way that he throws punches, it's actually like how a boxer would throw punches. And I think that we got to take into account that he literally KO'd Max Holloway. Like, I know he was coming back down from lightweight, but that in its own is an incredible feat. And there's not many people, there's no one apart from him on the planet that can say the same. He never throws fat on his punches. They're all meant to end the fight, and they're all meaningful shots. His distance management is absolutely elite, and he barely gets hit with anything hard and clean. Like, if you watch the Max Holloway fight, he would often get hit with either the first or the last shot, but nothing in between. And as you know, Max Holloway will do sometimes like a 5, 6, 7 punch combination. So for him to barely get touched by Max, some people were acting like he was getting tuned up by Max in the first 2 rounds. Watch that fight. Like, he really didn't. Like, he didn't take many shots clean. He takes shots to like the forehead a lot. Like, if you see in the Volk fight, he took a lot of, like, not a lot, but he took some shots only on the forehead. Doesn't get hit on the chin much. Only time I've seen him get hit cleanly on the chin was Jai Herbert. And even then, that was like it almost seemed like a one and done type thing. Like, we haven't really seen him that far out throwing an overhand. Like, he doesn't get caught out like that nowadays. His distance management is elite. His head movement's beautiful, and he has really good rhythm with it. And his attacking footwork is, I think, quite underrated, because he starts trapping you against the cage, and then he just shuts you off when he does that. When he traps you against the cage as well, he slowly removes all options from you to move, and it also removes the options of where to put your hands. Like, if you watch, I want to say it was Damon Martin, I could be wrong on the name with this, but if you watch the KO he gets against him, he presses him up against the cage and then just slams a body shot into him and then an overhand, making him bring his arms down and then just get cleaned up a second later. Like, he knows how to remove your options so he can shut your lights out. He's got really mean body work. If you watch his body shots, you can just feel the thump. And I think his boxing is just a treat to watch. And I think until proven otherwise, or until JDM can school a few more people, I think he'll stay at number 1 for a while. He throws punches like a real boxer would, so I have to have him on the list. If you liked the video, please subscribe and leave a comment. And also let me know if there's any other top 5 lists you'd like me to do. I quite enjoy making these sorts of videos. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.